Hi, I'm Danielle, and I'm with Brad Bosker, our training manager from Schmidt Realty Group. Today we're going to talk about the offer to purchase module that all of our agents go through when they start with us.
Yeah, I think it's a critically important topic, right? I mean, you go through this training process in real estate and you learn what the contracts look like and all of that, but I think a big part of our training process is applying a contract to a variety of real life situations.
Absolutely.
And of course, writing a contract in real estate is not a fill in the blanks thing. It's not a one size fits all thing. There's so much to it, and every contract we write is custom. And so in our training program, we talk a lot about different scenarios you might come across where you have to adapt a contract to protect a client or to strengthen their offer to give them a better chance to succeed, especially in a competing situation, that kind of thing.
Maybe find some creative ways
to gain an edge, or find some creative ways to protect them against something that we encountered along the way, right? There's a lot of research that goes into preparing for writing an offer to purchase. And what you find in that research can sometimes really dramatically...
So writing the contract itself is really the smallest part of it. It's the preparing that goes into it.
Yes, although I think when you're writing the contract as well, of course you're going to have a price and you're going to have possession dates and a deposit and all these things, but there's also a lot more to it than that. There's writing custom conditions and terms, but I also think
that are going to protect your client.
That can protect your client against a variety of different things, right? Or give them the opportunity to do additional due diligence in a certain area. But I think also in real estate, we maybe don't talk quite enough about what we call the pre-printed clauses. Because a contract is written by legal professionals to protect consumers, to protect the parties to the contract, right? To protect the buyer, to protect the seller. And so every clause in that contract is enforceable. And so filling in the blanks means potentially overlooking some of the potential outcomes in those situations. Things like the seller must provide a real property report, which may or may not be applicable or appropriate in every situation. The seller promises that the home will be in the same condition on possession day as when the offer was first written. The seller will remove any financial encumbrances from the title. There's so many things in this contract that sometimes need to be struck from the contract, sometimes need to be discussed in more detail, sometimes need to be modified or added to. And so in a lot of ways, writing a contract, there's an art to it, as opposed to just, we've got the price strategy down,
just fill in the blanks.
Let's see how this goes, right? So our training module, as much as possible, tries to focus on how do we write a contract for our clients in this moment, in this situation, for this family.
And have them understand what we're putting in that contract
too. Yes, and also understand the context of their needs in that moment too, right? Is it get this house before somebody else does? Is it get this house as opposed to the 3 other buyers that want this house? Is it get this house for the best price because it's been on the market a long time and maybe it's a little bit overpriced, that kind of thing.
So the motivations can change with each buyer?
100%. It can change with the same buyer from week to week, from property to property too. Yeah, so lots to discuss for sure.
Great.